Hey guys, what's up? Z3PO. I'm back with another video. So this video is going to be my prediction for Keith Thurman versus Manny Pacquiao. Now, I've been looking at some of the footage, you know, of them like shadow boxing and stuff like that. And this fight to me is very close, okay? And it's very close not necessarily because of, you know, difference in really skill level, but it's close to me because I feel like Manny Pacquiao he's older. You know, he's older now. He's like in his 40s, like 39, 40 years old. And, you know, being in your 40s and still fighting, you know, you slow down. You know what I'm saying? That's just a natural progression of any athlete that's been doing what he's been doing for as long as he has. Keith Thurman, very much still kind of in his prime-ish. You know, you can kind of see, because I have some clips I'm going to show you guys. But what I think is going to be a major problem for Keith Thurman in this fight is Pacquiao's speed and accuracy. Like, Pacquiao's speed and accuracy is ridiculous. Even at his age that he's at right now, his speed and accuracy is just like ridiculous. Like, if you see anything from Pacquiao, any of his fights at all, Pacquiao, whenever he aims, he always hits the mark. Always. That's just who he is. That's just how good he is. He always looks at it. But he's had some great trainers over time. You know, there's Freddie Roach. And Freddie Roach has been like the predominant trainer of his career. And, you know, it's just been, and he's one of the top boxing coaches that you can ever ask for. And to have been with him for like, what, over 17 years or so? Yeah, he's bound to be a monster when it comes down to his accuracy, his punch accuracy. Not only is his punch accuracy a problem, but his punch output is a problem too. Now, his punch output is he throws hundreds of punches per round. Like, Pacquiao does not play around at all. Like, he throws like hundreds of punches in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. It's crazy, his volume of punches. So I think that the biggest problem Thurman is going to have is just kind of getting around the sheer amount of volume of punches and the amount of accuracy, because Pacquiao hits him. Pacquiao hits hard. Like, it's just he's a veteran in the game, and he just knows what he's aiming for. Like, at this point, it's kind of just, it's his muscle memory. Now, Keith Thurman is a little bit taller, so it might be a little bit easier for him to slip and bob and move out the way and all that stuff. But still, I mean, I feel like Pacquiao has shown that he doesn't really care, because if he has to, he'll jump, he'll do whatever the fuck he has to do, especially like with one of his signature moves, which is like the kind of the step in, and he kind of does the fake overhand left, and then that catches a lot of people, especially if you look at the fight that they have that he had with Broner. He kind of, yeah, he fucked Broner up, and Broner was at least 10 years his junior. So I mean, this is also, besides the fact that Broner is kind of like, I mean, me personally, I don't think that Broner is like the best fighter, but, you know, I mean, but I can't say that, you know, that he's not a great fighter. It's just that I feel like Broner's always kind of come up short in a little bit, in some ways. But personally, I feel like if Broner just stuck to his training, went really hard, and just did everything he was supposed to do besides partying and all that stuff all the time and spending money in strip clubs, I think he'd be more of a problem, for real, honestly. And that's a play on words, I guess. But yeah, I just think that the sheer amount of volume of punches that Pacquiao is going to throw, because he's going to throw, like, he's going to throw at least maybe 100, 200 per round. So if you think about 12 rounds, 100 a round, that's 1,000, that's over 1,000 punches. You know what I'm saying? Now, Pacquiao, what Pacquiao's probably going to have a problem with, Keith Thurman can take a punch. Okay, Keith Thurman can take a punch. If you saw the fight that he had with Sean Porter, Keith Thurman can take a blow, and he's not afraid to go down. He's not afraid to fight at his hardest. He's also a very hard puncher, extremely hard puncher. But what you'll see is, like, Keith Thurman is very calm. Like, he's not super fast like Pacquiao fast, but if you look at like the way he shadow boxes, look at the way he fights, he's very calm, cool, and collected. Which is something that, you know, Manny, like, which is almost opposite to Manny Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao, like, he's bouncy, he's happy, you know, he does it, you know, he has a purpose for the reason why he does things. You know, his purpose is God and his family and his country, of course. You know, so he's got a lot of purpose behind his driving, you know, behind this, you know, behind his fighting. Thurman, you know, I'm not necessarily sure. I don't really know too much information about Keith Thurman, but I do think that, one, he's a hard puncher. He doesn't slack off on his punches either. I don't think he slacks off on his punches. I think his punches are fairly precise, but he throws a lot of power shots. And I think that those power shots, if they land, because I mean it's boxing, so it's gonna land. I think that can change the fight for Pacquiao. Honestly, I really think that could change the fight. So I'm not gonna count Keith Thurman out. I'm not. If it goes to decision, it's probably gonna lean towards more Pacquiao, of course, because of Pacquiao's longevity in the game. But personally, I really think that this fight can go either way. And it can only go either way, I think, because of Manny Pacquiao's age. Like I said, now Pacquiao was maybe about 30 years old, or maybe, early 30s, mid 30s. I think that he will probably pull it out because I'm just telling you guys, the sheer mass volume of punches that Pacquiao throws per fight is literally fucking insane, okay? He throws an insane amount of punches in a fight. And he throws an insane amount of punches because he's conditioned very, very, very well. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see it for a young Pacquiao and Thurman. I just see Pacquiao winning. That's just me, But for now, because Pacquiao's kind of slowing down, he's getting a little bit on the older side, kind of like Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? He still retains that defensive ability and that ability to throw those volume of punches, but the thing about fighting is that it kind of changes within a fraction of a second. As long as it's sometimes it could be that throwing that jab out there or retracting it back that could be a little bit slower than what it used to be. But for me personally, I think that this fight can go either way. If it goes to decision, it can probably go to both. You know what I'm saying? I wish Keith Thurman and Pacquiao the best of luck. But I think for my prediction, I think I'm gonna just go with Pacquiao. I honestly think I'm gonna go with Pacquiao because I don't know if Keith Thurman has I don't know if Keith Thurman can knock Pacquiao out. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, because Pacquiao did get slumped before. We ran into that right hand. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But if you just look at that fight that Shawn Porter and Keith Thurman had, it was just trading straight up knockout blows, and they just. Yeah, like I don't see Keith Thurman just getting knocked out. I do see it going to decision. I just see it Manny winning by unanimous decision. I don't really see it by a knockout, but it very well could go to a knockout. I'm just saying that on my end, from what I see, I think it's just I just don't see Pacquiao knocking out Keith Thurman. I don't, but I do see the possibility of Keith Thurman knocking out Pacquiao. I do see that. So. Yeah, I do, but I don't know if it's gonna be. I really don't think it's gonna be a knockout fight. Now, as you get older, I don't think that people really start going for knockouts as much as they do for going for volume of punches thrown and volume of punches landed. So if he throws 100 punches and lands 50 per round, and his opponent misses and doesn't land, then you just win by decision. Essentially. But yeah, that's what I think Pacquiao's going for, because I think Pacquiao might fight for maybe one or two, maybe a couple more years. You never know. Knowing him, he's probably gonna try to he's probably gonna run himself all the way as far as he can out. But I wouldn't be surprised if Pacquiao tries to go to maybe at least 43 in fighting. Honestly, I see that. But like I said, yeah, I think it's just gonna go the 12 rounds unanimous decision to Pacquiao. That's what I see. That might not necessarily happen. It could change up, but that's just what I see for this video. But to the both of them, I'm wishing them best of luck. Fight hard, fight on, and just give everything they got. All right, guys. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.